I want to thank first of all to all my team and the entire people here making this possible for us as a team together. Any one of you will find its own place, if not in our courses, rather in bringing their imagination to life by just prompting in Biela. Because as I said, now everyone and everybody, from kids to elders, from those who have the skills to those who they don't have the skills, are able to develop software. If you're not stepping now, you're not stepping into the future, and you are going to be grounded in the past.
Hello and welcome to another Thursday with the Devs. I'm Adam, and tonight with me I have Daniel and Robert. How's it going, guys?
Hi, Adam. Hi, Danny.
Hello, everybody. We are fine, thank you, Adam. What about yourself?
Wonderful, wonderful. I'm excited about our project tonight. I think it's a very interesting project in the fact that it's something that everybody can relate to. I mean, we've done some projects over the last sort of couple of months where it's been very specific and very niche. But what I love about tonight's project is it's something that everybody can use, and it's something that sort of affects everybody. It affects our pocketbooks, right? It affects the money we spend and how we sort of keep track of that money. I know that at the end of the day, sometimes I come home, I empty up my pockets. You know, I put my money on the table and I have a pocket full of receipts, all kinds of receipts from different places. And I know that I'd like to, at the end of the month, to be able to know, you know, where all this money went on these receipts. I have a pile of receipts, but I honestly don't feel like sitting there and adding them all up and finding out where I'm spending my money. So I think we have something very practical for us tonight. Is that right? Robert, you want to tell us a little bit about it?
It's for now it's a simple mobile app. Okay, we will create a mobile app using React Native on Expo, and that app will store all your receipts, and you can manage them. You can see statistics. You can see how much you are spending, on what are you spending, because everything will be also powered by AI. Okay. So every receipt what we are going to send it first to an AI, and the AI will read it, will analyze it, and will send the data back to us. And we will store it. Let's see where we are going to store it and check it.
It's a great idea for people to know, you know, I mean, do I really want to know how much I spend on coffee at the end of the month? It's going to be a number that's quite shocking, I'll bet you, you know. I'm spending about, $4.50 a day, every day for a month. It's a lot of money I've spent on coffee only without even thinking. But I'm also thinking, you know who this is very handy and practical for? People who work in sales, me in particular. I keep track of all my receipts. You know, my gas receipts and my what I need to take clients out. I need to keep track of those receipts. So this also is a handy way to them to use it in a professional way as well, not just as a personal level to keep track of my spending, but also as a professional to keep track of, when I'm out with clients, when I'm traveling to the various sites. So it's a great idea. It's a great idea. It can be used by everybody, right?
Exactly. And
All right.
I will show my screen. Okay, first of all, let's see also a little bit the prompt. Okay.
And this is
screen?
a simple prompt for Biela. Actually, Biela understands this prompt very easily, right?
Yes, I created this prompt with AI, of course. I gave a little brief and it created for me this prompt. This prompt is basically is divided in three sections. The first section, it's a short brief, what is going to be my app. The second one, it's the core features. And the last one, it's the general UI, how will look and how I want
Yes, of course.
colors, light dark version and everything. Okay, so
And
let's
this is the way that you should design most of your sort of prompts for Biela, right? What you want done, how some of the features you want, and then how you want it to look, right?
if you
And
don't
that's
have
basically
the idea, if you don't have the idea what your app want to be, just send the normal prompt or start planning it how we
yes,
say.
exactly.
But for now we have
Yes, we know what we want to do here in particular. We know what we want the output to be. We have an idea of how we want it to look. It's a great little plan for Biela to build a mobile app like this, right?
exactly.
And will it be able to scan the apps, or how will it work?
Basically we'll open camera and
Yeah.
we'll take a photo, or if you have any photo in your gallery, you can send it directly. Okay, this is the way. So basically we are taking the photo, we choose a model what is understanding the images, and from there we'll send back to us the information. Let's start with the building.
Yeah,
I
so
have our
just to make sure that
first receipt.
great, you have
I
testing.
have already three, because I tried to somehow put here my real phone to make a demo on live, but it's a little bit complicated with this kind of technologies. But I have 3 or 4 of them on my gallery. But
I
yes,
have
you
one.
will try it also. Now,
Danny, you were saying.
Yeah, just to make sure that it is clear for everybody and there is no confusion. So Robert just created a brief of the app. He thought about what he wants to build. He described it in normal words, as you would tell your idea to me, let's say. And then he used AI to properly structure it and create the three-phasing prompt that you have seen just before. So anytime you want to start a new app, it is very simple, and do not try to overcomplicate it. If you have an idea, you start writing on a paper or on your computer something, describing it, maybe a few core features or a few design principles that you want to respect, or the color theme, and anything you can think of. Because the more context you give and the more detailed your idea is, the better the AI will interpret it and will actually implement it.
Yes,
So-
exactly, right?
Yeah, do not overcomplicate it.
We've said this a million times. Even if I don't know what I need to do, at the very least, I can begin with the plan mode. The basic core ideas there. I know what I want it to be able to do. At that point, I can, write it down and you sort of spell it out for Biela. Biela will help me with the options in the plan mode, and we'll create that kind of prompt that we need, that will divide it into those phases, into the core, into what the app does, as well as the way it will look appearance-wise with the UI UX, right? And again, UI UX is the user experience, user interface. Interface is how the users sort of know how to use the app, right? anytime I sort of open up a web app or a web page or a mobile app, 9 out of 10 times, nobody needs to explain it to me because of the years that we've been exposed now to apps, and we understand how apps work. And when we see those 4 lines in the top right of any app, it's called a hamburger menu. We understand what that hamburger menu does, right? Nobody needs to explain it to us, and that's all as a result of the UI UX, right? So Biela, like any other sort of design app, any sort of coding app, will know to design the app in a way that becomes intuitive for the user. It's not rocket science. It's something we've all become very familiar with. So it's a great way to design apps, but we're not reinventing the wheel here. We have an app that looks like I know how to use it, even though I've never seen it before.
Exactly. It is very important to try to create intuitive apps and websites, because if they are not intuitive and your users get stuck while trying to find a menu or a button, that's a pretty bad user experience, and they will not return back to your app.
Exactly, right? It's one of those sort of what we call a red flag. It's something that makes the user not want to use it. If the experience is not seamless, it's not intuitive, I don't know what I need to do, then you're right. I'm not going to come back to that app. So Biela has that built into it, that it knows how to design apps based on a UI UX, and understood UI UX that everybody these days knows how to use and how to understand. So this is part of that user interface, user experience, right?
Exactly.
And it's not going to take very long, I would assume. It's relatively a simple app. It uses a few of the, Robert, you said it works in React?
In React Native, yes.
React Native, which used to be, or still is, one of those coding languages that people used to know. I mean, these days, some people still know it, but for the most part, I don't need to know what React Native is or how it works. I need to know that when Biela is going to design my mobile app, it's going to design it using React Native, right?
It's the easiest way to create apps for iOS and Android at the same time without having that big projects with a few developers. Who knows, some of them, they need to know iOS, other ones need to know Android to develop something like that. In this way, you can develop for both platforms at the same time.
This is React Native is what I call the US Type-C adapter, right? Before that, we had 2 different adapters. We had one for iOS and we had one for Android, and we needed to understand which one we needed until they brought in the Type-C charger, right? And the Type-C charger is the React Native. It works in both, right? So I love that the guys are beginning to sort of to merge into things where everybody can sort of use it together and it fits for everybody. And React Native is one of those programming languages, and Biela knows how to use it. And we're going to use it because this app that we're going to develop is going to be able to run on both iOS as well as Android. Is that right?
Exactly. I mean, I will use it definitely because I think it's something what I need. I have million receipts in my, how you say it, in the pocket, in everywhere. Basically, it took me 3 minutes to recover all this from everywhere.
Yes.
So that's the problem, right?
I don't know where you are in the world, but I know that when the tax man comes and wants to see all those write-offs and receipts that you've written off, I took a client here, I did this, I did that. All of those things are written off in your taxes. When they do an audit on you, and if they do an audit on you, you better have every receipt to back that up, right?
Exactly.
And I've seen people with shoe boxes full of receipts they need to go looking through, right? This is one of those things that I can have everything all in one place. I can have it organized. I can have it, I can be able to sort it. So it's a great idea, like I said, on a variety of levels. Plus, like I said, your sales team is going to be using it regularly.
It's so easy. Then you just take out your phone, take a photo, and you can throw it out. No need to carry it with you.
Yes.
Uh, check if you lost it or lose it or something. So
Yeah. And many people still ask us, what does Biela do? Well, this is an example of what Biela can do. Biela can take care of your own personal little and bigger problems. Because if you have a bad experience with a shoebox full of receipts, you can just go to Biela, explain the problem, and come up with a solution that makes your life a little or a little more better with each individual project. Because you
Yes.
don't need you don't necessarily need to start a multi-billion dollar company with something that you build on Biela, but you can also build this type of small apps that improve the quality of your daily life.
Yes, it is. It's an improvement quality of life. And you know what? It may not seem like $1 billion app, but think about how many people every month need to sit and reconcile all their receipts together, right? Number one, find them, categorize them, and after some time, when it sits in your pocket for a while, a lot of these receipts sort of fade and disappear, right? I know at
Yeah.
the end of the month when I'm trying to put some of them back together to reconcile for my sales reports that I can't read them.
and also this app can be like subscription based. So why you should pay another subscription to do something what you can do it yourself, and maybe you
Exactly,
don't
right?
need all of the
Exactly.
features what they are offering, because basically they are offering a lot of features and make your life easier, but you don't need all of them. You just need few of them, and you don't need to
Exactly,
pay
right?
$4 $5 every month when you can create it once and use it forever.
$4 and $5 is not going to be the problem. You'll see at the end of this thing when we create how much money I'm spending on useless things. $4 and $5 isn't going to be my biggest problem, right? And I think this app will be one of those things that also it allows people, sometimes you need to make some cuts over the course of the month, and you don't want to make those huge cuts. And if you look back and see what you're spending every month, some of those things you can go without. Maybe I don't need a coffee every day. Maybe every second day I can get a coffee, or I don't need one on weekends, or when I'm spending at the I don't know, parking down at the gym. Why am I parking down at the gym? If I'm going to the gym, why don't I just park a little bit further, do that little bit of extra warm up to get to the gym, so that I'm doing all right. Yeah. So there are many, many, many ways that this app will be useful for a variety of people, right? I don't even want to begin to see where some of those spouses are going to be looking at their husbands or wives' receipts and seeing what's coming up on those receipts, right? So, yes, there are going to be a lot of things that this thing is going to bring to light, right? And Biela does it quite seamlessly. It's a relatively simple app that uses the camera and the mobile feature, and is able to sort of integrate all that together, and to be able to have that sort of all those receipts lined up and organized so that you're able to see them all in one place, right? I have those receipts at the end of each week and at the end of each month, and I have to try and even put them in order by date, right? Meaning that I have to go into each receipt, I have to read it, I have to find out the date, I have to find out what it's for. This is just so much easier, right? So, I mean, I love this idea. I love that it's something that seems so simple, but nobody's sort of come up with this kind of app. Or maybe there are companies come out with this kind of app and they're charging you for it, right? With Biela, I can build it for myself, and I never have to pay for that again,
Exactly,
right?
exactly what Daniel was saying, that Biela is able to help you with little projects like this one for yourself. No need to sell it, or if you like it and your friends or your family start using it and you see that can be successful, you can put it on the market, for that's for sure.
Of course, right? I mean, why not? I mean, if you build a better mousetrap, people will come, right? So you've designed this app that is able to work with receipts and organize them and centralize them. Then why not? It may be something you initially build for yourself, but as you see people begin to look at your app and go, look, that's very cool. Can you give it to me? Can I try it? And at that point, you have a working MVP, right? A minimum viable product that you're
Exactly.
able to show people. And at that point, it could become something that you could sell on the App Store. Why not, right? A subscription-based model that allows you to be able to let people use your app that you've designed initially for yourself, right?
Exactly.
Looks like Biela's almost done, right?
Almost
We're at
done.
the final stages here.
It's loading the project. Yes. First time when it's loading the project is taking a little bit more, but then no need to wait that much.
Yeah, because the first time when it's building the entire app, it has to, let's say, go through all of the files and it does the entire build at once. But once you change something, it's much easier and faster for Biela to just change that little snippet instead of building the entire thing from the ground up.
Of course it is. Of course it is.
We just
right?
have to wait a few more seconds and we will see our first version of the receipt scanner app.
Kind of a boring name, but it fits. The receipt scanner app. Right.
Pretty intuitive. So if you put it on Google Play or App Store, people will find it. That's important.
Of course, right? And if I'm looking for a receipt scanning app, the very first thing I'm going to put in my search is receipt scanning app, right?
Exactly. It's similar to that restaurant that the owners named Restaurant Near Me. So people that would search on Google would find exactly that one.
That's a great idea to have the
Yeah.
restaurant called Restaurants Near Me, right?
SEO
I like
hacks.
that. This is all part of that UI UX that people sort of talk about. This is something that humans only can come up with. Restaurant Near Me, the UI UX probably wouldn't come up with that name. It's not the greatest name, but as a user, when I'm searching in maps and I put in restaurants near me, it's going to come up, right? It's a brilliant idea. Somebody's thinking.
Yeah, exactly. So it seems like Biela caught an error while trying to load the app. So the easiest thing that we can do is just press on fix all, which will send the errors to Biela so it can get them fixed right away.
So I don't even need to even worry about the error. When the error comes up, it gives me the option to fix it right off of Biela's, as it's working. Yes, I don't need to worry about what those errors are or even understand them, right? The option is click one button, says fix the error, and it will fix the error, right?
Exactly. We even have a function and a way that you can choose. So Biela is able to fix the errors without you pressing all those buttons. But this is based on user preferences. And it seems like Robert prefers to see the errors because, especially if you're technical, sometimes it's useful to see the error text, because if Biela gets stuck in an error loop, we call an error loop the moment where you get to an error, try to fix it, and the same error pops again. So the fix doesn't actually fix it. So seeing the error text helps you identify these error loops faster and easier, but it's just a personal preference. You can have Biela fix them automatically, or you can press on the fix all button.
It generally sort of does all this on its own in the background. I mean, this is the screen that, like you said, Robert has the screen open where we can see those code. But for me, it makes no difference because to me, it means nothing. All I know is Biela can fix it.
Yeah. So you're just cheering Biela to do it.
Yeah, basically, right? I was going to say that normally when it finds these errors, it fixes them rather quickly. But to be able to use the app now, I scan a QR code. Is that right?
To use the app to test it,
Yeah.
yes, there is an app called Expo, okay, and basically it's going to show you this application.
But before that,
something
it seems like we had another error. So let's send it to Biela again by pressing on Fix All.
Yep.
Well, Adam, you can test your mobile app inside Biela in the preview that we can actually see on Robert's screen right now.
Yes.
But if you want to test it on your own phone, yes, you have to scan the QR code on the right page. And you can see that you need the app called Expo Go. The first time when you load a mobile project, you will have another QR code that redirects you to Expo Go app, so you can download it. And once you confirm downloading it, you can see the proper QR for your app. So now, actually, I tried scanning. I managed to get the app opened on my phone, but playing around it made me run into the same error as Robert. So now we just have to fix the errors, and then I can scan the QR code again, or I'm not even sure. To be honest, I don't remember if I have to scan it again or the app gets updated automatically. But just to be sure, we
scan it again, just if you want, but no need to. Just to open a faster Expo Go. This is why you are scanning it. But if you go to Expo, you will have it on live.
Okay, great. So you can test out the changes and your app on your mobile phone as well. And this is very useful because you can test it on multiple devices and environments at the same time. So if you have an iPhone or if you have somebody with an Android or both or whatever, you can test it out on multiple phones without so much work of publishing it or of sending the app from one phone to another. You just scan a QR code and that's it.
Which is, I think, what most people want to do. They want to be able to try it very quickly, downloading, what's it called? Go?
Expo Go.
Expo Go.
Expo Go. Once you download Expo Go, it allows you to scan those QR codes and you can see your app working right away, right? And Biela seems to have fixed that error. It's just sort of finishing up now, right? Here we go.
Yeah, so let's see if it managed to catch all of the errors.
There you go. It looks like it did, right?
Looks like, yes. So basically, first of all, we have scan, history, stats. Okay, we don't have anything right now. But, and here in settings, you can add your own API key from OpenRouter in this case.
So what does this mean? Think of it as a password maybe to an account that lets you use an AI model. So because these AI models are paid to use, so we have to pay for them, we created an account and funded it and created this API key that Robert is showing you. So to use this app, you should do the same process. Go to OpenRouter, create your account, maybe add some funds over there, and then you will be able to create this type of key that lets you access your account from other apps.
Exactly.
And if I want my app to have an AI in it, obviously I need to have a key in it so I can use an AI, and an AI costs money these days, right?
Whether it's free models also. There are few free models, but of course they are.
Look, I want something that works well. Yes, exactly, right. So in this particular case,
maybe you don't need to have a very specific, high powerful model for.
Look, I want a very easy app that I use on my phone. I don't want it to sit and question me every time. I just want to be able to scan the receipts and for it to tell me what it is and where I've spent and how much and all of that, right? Exactly. So for me, it's all right to go with that, I don't know, $4 or $5, whatever it costs, to get that right sort of app up and running. And that's what you want here in this particular case for me, right? It says take a photo or upload, right? So it's given me several options to use here on my receipts.
If you open it with your phone, you will be able to take a photo, but I will make the demo from here. So I have a few examples. So let's start with this one, for example. And something happened.
So again, we ran into an error, we minimize the view, and then we'll see what happened. So there was an error while trying to send the image to the AI, but we don't even have to worry about it. We can just press fix all. Biela will read it, will understand it, and hopefully it will fix it.
Yes, of course.
Getting into errors is something very common, especially in software creation or in vibe coding, such as what Biela is doing and what you're doing while using Biela. It's something common. You don't have to be scared of the errors. You just have to try to understand them or just ask Biela. Because as I like to say, this is one of my favorite sayings, ask Biela. Just ask Biela.
That's right.
If you're
And
not sure
remember,
about it,
there are other options available to you, right? Once you join the Biela.dev community and you register and you sign up as a user, you have access to some of the technical questions as well, which you can find in the Discord group and in the Telegram group, right? So registering as a user for Biela's has a lot of advantages, and there is that support community that's there, right? In many of the other sort of softwares that are similar to Biela, you don't have that same sort of individualized help available to you. In this particular case, when you register for Biela.dev and when you log in and you register, you end up having access to a community of help available to you, community of help and support, right? There are Discord groups, there are reaching out to developers, there are emails, there is support, there is a variety of different ways in which you can help yourself with some of these errors that sometimes occur. 9 out of 10 times Biela is able to solve them for me, but on those rare occasions when it can't, I know that I have some support available to me because I've registered on Biela.dev.
I'm checking the errors and it understands that something failed. For example, here in the AI, so when it's trying to connect OpenRouter with the app, there maybe something wrong. So this is what I like these days from Biela. Knows exactly where to go.
So it looks like now we have the error fixed. It was a simple one button push. It's fixed the error, and basically we have the app ready to go, yeah? Can we try it out, Rob?
Let's try it, yes. Let me make this bigger. Okay, let's... we can see that here we have our API key. It's hitting the OpenRouter, right? And we can choose the model. For now, we are going to try this one. We don't need, I think, something bigger. And let's try this first one.
We have a receipt. There you go.
Yes.
okay, now you can see that we didn't run into the error anymore, and it actually read the receipt.
See, and we can, I will upload one from the gas station.
All right.
And
what?
Exactly.
That's how much gas cost?
Yes. it's a lot of money, right?
That's triple what I spent.
It's groceries. We need to change also a little bit, I think.
Yes, the way this is the icons here, yeah?
Because I don't like the way how it's showing it. So let's really see. But we can change it here.
Yes, it's easy enough to make those changes. We asked Biela to make those changes for us, and it's relatively easy at that point, yeah?
And we had here another little error. What we will check it a little bit later.
But basically, it does what it needs to do, right?
Yeah, so we are now able to send a picture of the receipt. It can read it and understand what's happening over there and what did you buy and how much did you spend. And
yes.
We actually saw for just a little bit of time the history panel where you can see all your receipts, I think. But
Yes,
when
all the
Robert tried to
receipts.
open the statistics page, we ran into another error. But again, with just one press of a button, Biela will manage to fix it, and we should be able to see the statistics as well very, very soon.
So
Exactly.
it's a nice idea. I really like this idea of it being able to organize and to summarize and to, what the hell's the word where you bring them all together?
Centralize.
Centralize.
Right.
There's a word for it. Anyway, it's able to do that as well, and that's really what I was impressed with the app from the beginning, right? The ability to bring all those together so I can see exactly what I'm spending on, right?
Yeah. Especially, as you said, the shoebox problem. Going through all of those receipts would be a huge pain. But
It
once you
would be a
centralize them,
nightmare.
yeah, once you centralize them, and you even more than that, you give an AI access to that data, to your receipts data, you can easily go through them. You can easily find something that you want. Imagine you can query something like, how much did I spend on coffee for the last month, as Adam said earlier. And you don't
Yes,
have to go through all of the receipts. You just ask an AI, it reads the data and gives you the answer.
exactly, right? Exactly.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's very similar to a tool you would use in an office for an expense report, right? You would do the same sort of thing. You would centralize the data. You could ask it what the whole team spent, in the month of July, and how it's going, and what they're spending their monthly bills on. Which guy is spending the most on gasoline? Which guy is spending the most on client lunches and dinners? Same sort of thing here, right?
Yeah.
So this app is a very nice idea in the sense that it does something that is very important, but also very useful. And if we think about it, it can do something much bigger on a company level. An app like this can be developed for a company as well, for an expense report for a team, for the whole sales team, right? The sales manager could do the same sort of thing, right? So
Yeah.
even though we develop something very small for ourselves, it has potential.
And especially when you find something, when you create an app that solves one of your own problems, you have a few benefits. The first one is that you get your problem solved. And the second one is that you are more motivated to work on your app because, I don't know, when I do something that fixes one of my problems, I'm motivated to finish it and keep working on it to make it even better and better. And the third advantage is that because you had that issue, you know how it feels like, you know what you would actually need. So you are right in the shoes of potential customer. And
Yes,
developing for you as a potential customer helps you develop for other potential customers as well.
you know the user journey, you know the user pain points, and in doing so, you develop the app in the exact way that a customer sees it for the first time,
Yeah.
right? So I agree. It's something that it's very useful to be able to develop this way, but also in the sense that it allows you to see things from the user journey, right?
Nice. And we can now actually see the statistics as Biela finished fixing our error.
Yes, I was
Yep.
just looking at it a little bit. Let's add another one to see real statistics and how it's going to do it. Okay, it's true, it's correct. And let's save this one. And now we can go to stats, right? Exactly.
Very nice.
Shoppings, other spending trends, where did we spend it? The biggest one, average.
So
Very
it's
handy.
exactly what we were talking about. Just by scanning, the AI parses your receipts. And now the most important part of it, after all, it's the statistics page where you can see aggregated data.
And it keeps the receipt as well, right? If I need to go back and prove that
Yes,
receipt, there it is,
yes, exactly.
right?
You have all of them here. You can see the image also.
Nice.
You can
The
delete
image,
them.
it's going to be important for that tax man when you come, and the reason you have a shoebox full of receipts so we can see each individual one. Here
This one
he
can
can
be
still see each
improved.
individual one, but they're in a digital format.
Exactly. No need to keep them, and you know where they are. And if someone is coming and asking for it, you have it. Right. So also,
Very nice.
I want to see if I'm able to change category here. I don't know what changed because it's looking so ugly. By the way, I will.
It now shows as a transport receipt.
Yeah.
If you close this modal, you will be able to see the proper flag.
Yes, of course. The gas receipt is always going to show as a transport receipt. Makes sense. The gas or petrol receipt.
I will say to change to view. Okay, let's continue. Yes, which one was this is transport? Okay. I think yes. No, that one, that was another thing. Let's say entertainment. So if we go back on the stats, we can see which one, what was. And here you can improve if you have other needs or other features. What do you think that are more important than this one? You can add them. It's so easy.
Your most common ones are going to be the ones that come up anyway.
Exactly. And the other thing what I want to add, see, week, month, year, of course. I mean,
it gives an annual breakdown. It gives a monthly breakdown, right?
Yeah.
It reconciles. That's the word I wanted, Danny. Brings all together, reconciles all the bills together for the month, right?
Yeah, and the biggest advantage is that you can customize all of these features as you wish. You can tailor-make your app specifically for you and your needs. And if you need something specific, you can just ask Biela and it will implement it for you. So it's very customizable.
Wonderful, wonderful little app. It's very easy to use. It's on my telephone. Like we said, it's very intuitive. Every user knows how to do it. Scan and upload, show the app, show the receipt, and from there the AI takes over and does everything for you. So it's really a fantastic tool. It's probably Biela at its best, right? Creating a simple app for your mobile that is very easy to use, that is user intuitive, that has the functionality for the user interface and user experience that makes it very, very simple and attractive to a wide variety of an audience. I mean, this is not just for individuals. This can be for salespeople. This can be for companies. This can be for, keeping track of your kids' spending, I mean, you give them an allowance, a weekly allowance where they spend their money. You want to know what they spent their money on. You're going to come back with video games and candy, right? Well, here's a way to teach them some responsibility, perhaps. You've spent 90% of your budget on video games. Maybe this is a way to teach them a little bit about fiscal responsibility. If you really want to have some money next month, maybe you're not spending 90% of your allowance on video games, right? Or maybe I'm just getting old and I've dated myself. But yes, I think these kinds of tools are great.
This one is useful for everybody, not just for young or children, even for us or people who, how you say, doesn't know how to spend or how to save a little money, or they don't even notice that where is going the money, because sometimes
that's the bigger problem. Yes, that's the bigger problem.
Here $1, there $1, there another 50 cents. At the end of the month, maybe can be $200, and you don't even you imagine saving that $200.
Yes, exactly, right, and that's what I mean. That's my fear of seeing exactly how much I spend on coffee. It's not 200; it's probably more.
You need to do an experiment
for yourself. Sorry.
You need to do an experiment for the next month, Adam, and use the app. So you let us know next month on a dev stream.
Exactly, right? How much I've actually spent on coffee and how much I've saved, right?
Yeah,
It changed now. It's a little bit better.
Yes, it's a little bit more.
you can read them, so that's a huge improvement.
Yes, right? No, I like it much better.
Yeah, so this is how you can
There is,
fix stuff in your app. If you find something that is not in order, you can just show it to Biela and describe the problem, and it will fix it for you.
for example, I
And
think
look
there
at
is
this.
another error. See, it's not saving the image. So for this one, before we continue, let's add also, I think the best solution is to add a database where it can store that images. Okay, and
Yes, I told you, very important. But you know what I did notice in the app it does have is delete image, delete receipt, because perhaps you've scanned a receipt that wasn't from the right month or something,
yeah,
right? So that's not something I would have thought to ask the app to do, but Biela did it without even being asked. That there's an option that maybe you need to delete a receipt that you've scanned, right? And
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
because I found it in on the in my pocket. It was from last month and I need this month's receipt, so I scanned it and it turns out it's not a receipt that I need to use. So Biela can scan it. I wonder if it also can find out if it's a double receipt. All right, so it's almost done with the app in full now. We've seen everything that it can do. In this particular case, I know that I have the receipts now. I have them categorized. I have them being able to be summarized. It's a very clean and simple little app that I have on my phone, and I know that it works on both phones, Android and iOS, on my Apple, right?
yeah.
Is there anything left that we need to do here?
How I said, I wish to connect the database to be able
Mm-hmm.
to store the images and not lose them. And for now, it's complete. You just need to play around and see what do you need, how do you need the data to be stored, or change the visuals, add other type of, I don't know, icons to your app, the
Look,
UI.
for me, I think it's fine the way it is, because what it's probably done is it's looked online and using the AI found the most used categories for receipts and created them, right? The important thing is it's legible now. I can read the different categories, I can summarize things, I can sort of reconcile all my bills together, and I can do it monthly, weekly, or even annually, right? So great little app, super what it can do, and it's not very difficult, yet it solves a very common problem that people run into at various levels, at a personal level and as a professional level.
Yeah,
So
and I
for
want to
this,
add one more thing before
yeah,
going further. Sorry, Adam. If you guys noticed a little time before, when Robert tried connecting the database for the first time, and we had a pop-up, something like you need to increase your limit in Supabase. Well, this is something pretty common because the free Supabase accounts will let you have up to 2 projects at the same time. So because
correct.
Robert probably had already 2 active projects, we couldn't add another one for our receipt scanner app. So to fix that, as you can read in the modal that appears on your screen, you have to go to Supabase and pause one of your older projects. So this is something that might happen to you, and this is how you can fix it. You just pause one of the older projects, and then you can start a new one. So don't worry about it, but this is a limitation imposed by Supabase for the free accounts. And
Makes
now that we
sense, makes
managed to
sense.
connect the database and we created the new project, Robert sent one more prompt that we want to store the data in the database and the images, because for now it only stored it for each session. So if you would stop the app or come back, and as you saw, we were losing the images between different trials of the app. By using a
Mm,
database, we make sure that all of the data is stored there. We are the owners of it, and we can hold it for as long as we want.
perfect, perfect. And once the database is there and it has all that, then we have no fear of losing those apps. And like I said, for me, it's probably just as important to be able to access photos of those receipts as well, right?
Exactly. It's the
yeah.
most important, because if they are going to ask you for the photos or ask you for a proof, you will not
Yes.
have any image. They will not
Exactly.
trust.
Exactly, right? So great little tool, nice idea, done very simply with Biela and very easy to customize, right? So
Exactly.
I think this week is another win for Biela, another win for users, and another win for a new idea, or not even a new idea, for an idea that people now have access to, right? These are always going to be available. Remember, if you have questions, to put them in the comments below. We always come back and go through the comments, and we'll reach out. If you have ideas for us, put them in the comments. And even if there was things that we were talking about that you're unsure of, we like to see the user engagement. We have, like I said, a very strong community within Biela, and that's because we listen to our users, we listen to our community, and this is how we decide every week what we're going to build. I mean, this idea came from one of our users. It is something that we listen to, and it makes sense. So every time you guys reach out, whether it's in the comments, whether it's in the groups, whether it's in the Discord, we read those comments, we take them into mind, and who knows, maybe next week we're designing the app that you want, right?
Yeah. And even this week's app will be available as a template, so you can start working on it and customizing it. So make sure to check the link down below in the description or in the first pinned comment. So this is how you will be able to find it. Or of course, from the main page of biela.dev, you will be able to browse through our templates library, and you will be able to find our receipt scanner app over there.
Exactly, right? Robert, anything to add?
Not from my side. So just how Danny told you, there is some templates. Go there, try it, improve it, and make it yours.
Perfect. All right, guys, thank you for another week with Designing with the Devs. We'll see you next week. Looking forward to what we're doing next, right? From me, I'm Adam, Robert, Daniel. We'll see you next time.
Thank you, everybody.
See you.
Good night.